17. So it means that those lying in the ward, the youth are 17 out of the 40. That's another information. Then another information also, we look at the elderly. The elderly, you have 2 plus 4. So it means that those lying in the ward, 6 of them are classified as elderly or elderly. And then the last group, pensioners. When you add 8 to 9, you have 17. So it means that out of the 40, you're also having 17 as pensioners. And this is the breakdown of the information. You have 17 youth, 6 elderly, and then 17 pensioners. Now, the blood pressure. We also know, those of you who are good in medicine or medical things, you know that the good blood pressure or recommended good blood pressure is from 120 to 134. If your pressure is around this area, it means that it is not too dangerous. That's what I want to say. It means it is not too dangerous. Your heart can beat normal, you can talk normal, everything is okay. So we can say that those whose heart blood pressure is within the normal limits, we have 5 of them, 2 plus 3, you have 5 out of 40. Then all those pressures from 135, which are not too good also, if you put all of them together, the information you have is you have 35 of the patients whose blood pressure are not in the normal range. Now, the modal blood pressure interval, like we did for the age, the highest frequency we are seeing here is 11. It means that those whose blood pressure are between 140 to 144 are the number of patients that are many. And this becomes a systolic blood pressure, modal systolic blood pressure. It means those between 140 and 144 are the highest. Now, we can also say that this is the normal pressure range. So this is the normal pressure range, 125 to 134. And then from 135 going, we say these are the dangerous range of the blood pressures. So we have now gotten our information in this manner, quality for the doctor. Now, this is what is happening. The ward nurse starts the process. The ward nurse has taken data on patients, and the data were the age of the patients and then the blood pressure of the patients. We, the IT professionals, we have to analyze the data, because if the ward nurse gives this data to the doctor cannot make any sense out of this, because he can't attend to all of them. There's no way the doctor can attend to the 40 people, because normally in attending to these people, the doctor may need 30 minutes. 30 minutes for each patient. For each patient, the doctor may need 30 minutes. Why? Because in the ward, these are some of the activities the doctor will do. The doctor, within the 30 minutes for each patient, number one, the doctor will have to examine the chest area of the patient. Two, the doctor will have to review all the labs that he recommended or she recommended the patient to conduct. So all the labs will have to be reviewed by the doctor. Three, after reviewing the labs, the doctor will have to have a conversation or a chat with the patient to find out whether there are more pains in addition to the original ones. And then after the chat, four, the doctor will have to write some medicines or drugs for the patients to medicate on. So these four activities from the doctor may take him 30 minutes on each patient. The problem is the doctor has 8 hours in the ward. And if the doctor has 8 hours in the ward, then it means that with 30 minutes on each patient, he can only attend to a total of 16 patients. He can only attend to a total of 16 patients because he's spending 30 minutes on each within 8 hours. Unfortunately, the patients in the hospital are not 16. The patients are 40 in number. So how is the doctor going to select the 16 out of the 40 patients to treat or administer any form of medication? So this data is given to us. We process the data and then we have information for the doctor. So at this current stage on this page, we have moved from the data level and then we are at the information stage. Then the doctor takes over from here. The quality of the information will determine the quality of the decision. So the doctor then come in here to take the decision to end the cycle. So data is collected, data is processed into information, and then information is also processed into decision. So the doctor is going to look at the information and then come out with possible decisions. Now, I want to run you through some of the possible decisions the doctor can take. And I'm sure with experience, you may be able to also write your own decisions out of information that you get. So these are some of the possible decisions. So I can label it as possible decisions of the doctor because of the information we have now. Number one, the doctor can look at age alone. When he looks at age alone, these are the information we have given the doctor. The youth out of the 40 patients are 17. The elderly out of the 40 are 6. The pensioners out of the 40 are 17. The doctor can attend to only 16 patients within 8 hours. How is he going to choose the 16 out of the 40? These are the possible decisions the doctor can take and he can defend it. He will say that the youth are more important than the elderly and pensioners because the youth has more years ahead of them, but the elderly and pensioners have enjoyed youthfulness. So if all of them are dying, the doctor can be biased that let me go and save the youth first. So one reason the doctor can use to treat the 16 patients, he can use youthfulness as his justification or reason. He's looking at youthfulness. So in getting his 16, he will first of all pick from the lowest to the highest. So he will pick this 9, he will pick this 4. 9 plus 4 is 13. He needs 16, so 3 more. Then he will pick 3 from this year group in addition to this to get a 16. So he may not attend to the last person here because he has no time. So if he's using youthfulness, this is how he is going to pick it. That is just one reason that one doctor can take. Now there are other reasons the doctor can take. There are some other doctors too, they are so much affiliated to old age. They think pensioners are not too strong. But the youth, when it comes to the youth are stronger in terms of pain. So another doctor can say, no, these guys are weak. Let me go and attend to them first. So I'm also going to start from the back. I will pick the most aged pensioners. They are 9. I'll pick all of them. And then I need 16. So it means 7 more. Then the doctor will come to the side and pick 7 from here, in addition to this 9 to get 16. So the doctor may leave the last person here. If the doctor does that, the justification or the reason he can give is that he can say that he's attending to the pensioners who are so weak that they don't have a lot of energy to go through pains. So can say, no, I want to come in the middle. The pensioners have seen a lot of life. That's okay. So if they go, it is better than the elderly because the elderly are also moving into their old age. As for the youth, they can stand pain. So I will not look at them first. I'll look at the elderly first. So another doctor will pick it from here. Will pick this 2 from this 54 to 56, and then he will pick this for 57 to 59. So the doctor has 6 here, and then he has 10 more to go. Then he will say, let me move to the next bracket. We just transition from 59 to 60. We will pick the whole of the 8 here because he has 14, then 2 more to get his 16. When a doctor does that, then he's also focusing on the elderly or the elderly are very important for him than the youth and pensioners. Then, when the doctor decides, I'm not going to use age, I'm not going to use age, I'm going to use blood pressure. I'm going to use blood pressure because blood pressure is also a dangerous area to take a decision. continue. So he will also say, let me attend to the BP or the blood pressure, which are so dangerous. So he wants 16, he will start from the back. He's picking the whole of the seven because they are in the most critical BP range, 150 to 154. He will treat them first. After the seven, he needs nine more. Then he will move to the next bracket, which is also dangerous. He will come and treat all these eight people in addition to the seven, making 15. Then it's time he has one more patient to treat. Then he may pick one person from this 11 to treat. If the doctor used that reason, then he can give his reason as attending to patients whose BP are the severest or the most severe, the severest, which can give them a stroke. So that is the information the doctor will use in treating the 16. Another doctor may use a different part of our information. The doctor will say, right, if I look at this range, it means more people or more patients are in the range of 140 to 144. There are too many here, unlike the others. So another doctor will use the highest, we call it the highest number of patients in a bracket, highest number of patients in a bracket. So he will start with this 11, treat all this 11. He's treating 16 people. So after this 11, he has five more. So then the five more, he will move to the extreme right, where these seven people are having dangerous BP. So once he has five, he will just come and pick five from the seven in addition to the 11 to get a 16. So if a doctor use that reason, then he's using what we call the mode of patients, the mode, the class with the highest frequency. Then another doctor can use the last reason, which I'm sure most people will like that reason, the last one, 6. Another doctor will say that I have to be fair to all the groups. I have to be fair to all the groups. Each group should be able to have treatment. I can't treat one group and leave the other. So I'm going to share or apportion my time equally for all the groups so that at least in every group you can have some people treated within the 8 hours he has. So this is what another doctor can use our information to do. Looking at the information, we say, okay, these people are two. They are not too many, like those who are 11. So I can't give all of them equal time. Some people will have more time with me than the others. So here, I'll try to treat one person here out of the two. Then when I come here, three is closer to two. So here too, I'll treat one person out of the three. Then nine seems bigger. So out of the nine, I'll try and treat about three out of the nine. Then the doctor will move on. That 11, there are too many here. So out of 11, I'll try and treat about five here. So you see that from this range to this range, he has covered 10 already. Then six more to go. So at this point, out of the eight, he will decide to treat three here, and then the seven to decide to treat three here. So by doing that, the doctor has been able to satisfy almost every group. He has treated one person to get the 16. And the reason the doctor can give here is called fairness. The doctor has been fair to all the group of BP people because remember, all of them are on admission and all of them need treatment. But unfortunately, the doctor cannot attend to all of them. So something must be picked out from our information for the decision. Now, the last scenario I want us to look at before I open the floor for your questions. Somebody will say that if he decide to pick all the 9 here, like this, and then the 9 he has picked between 45 to 47, one of them has a BP, which is around 150 to 154. And the doctor is not looking at BP and is looking at age. What will happen? When he sees using age, he's using age. He will not look at the BP. That's how they work. If he's using age, he's using age. If he's using the BP, he's using the BP. So all the selection is doing here, he doesn't look at the age. So it can so happen that these numbers you are seeing here may either be for the youth or for the pensioners, or some may also be for the elderly, depending on which part of the information the doctor wants to use, because the doctor cannot use all the information we have generated. The doctor will have to use parts of the information to do the treatment. And so what we have basically done is to get a quality information for the doctor so he'll be able to justify his decisions that I did this selection because this is the information I have on these 3 groups of patients, the youth, the elderly, the pensioners. And then if you have 6 different doctors who are sharing their opinions will not be the same because doctors don't think alike. They think differently, like any other profession. And they have their biases and where their interests are. So any doctor with interest in youthfulness will go for youthfulness. Any doctor with interest for pensioners will attend to pensioners. Any doctor with interest for elderly will treat the elderly first. Any doctor with interest in managing those with very severe BP will start from the very severe BP. Any doctor who believes in the total number of people in a certain group being many, like the blood pressure here, the doctor will say, no, this group, there are too many here. There are too many here. So they need more help. Let me clear them first. So some also believe in looking at the group, which is the group with the highest frequency mode. Then other people can intelligently be fair to all the groupings. So they will not leave any group out, but they will make sure that the selection they are making is proportional. It is not across board. It is proportional. It means the more people you have in a certain group, the more people you treat in that group. And then the less people you have in a certain group, the less number of patients is what you treat. And so at the end of the day, if I come back to my chart here with the data we have, with the information we have, the doctor has been able to take decisions based on the information we give them. And this is the structure of our roadmap. We learned the first day that in any event or in any activity, data is given which are raw facts. You can't do anything with it. And then once you transform the data into information, it means you have processed the data. So you can call information processed data. Then we don't leave it at the information level. We must take a decision out of the information. That's the third level. Why? Because we have to formulate policies for society. And you can only formulate good policies from good decisions. So it means that after getting the processed data, we also need to have processed information. Processed information. And so another name for decision is processed information. And that's what the doctor did. The doctor processed our information in his mind in order to be able to arrive at the 16 patients that his time could allow him to attend to. And at this point, I will open the floor for any question or contribution you have to the solution of this problem. So the floor is open. Any question from anybody? Any question, any contribution? Okay, so I presume it is clear you understand what we have done today. And so when you are given a data to analyze or a data to process, at a point you should be able to look at your information and then come out with possible decisions that can be taken out from the information. What I wrote here are just examples. There are more, there are more reasons that can be given at the end of the day. So all you do is that you look at your data, you process it, and then the possible decisions will come out. I think there was a question, but the questioner has gone off. Any question? Any question?
No,
Okay.
sir.
All right, good. So it means it's very clear. On that note, we will end the class early today because what I want to do next week, if I start now, we may not be able to finish. Next week, God willing, we are going to look at measurements in data. So we will be able to know how to measure data. And then after that, how we can have information from the measurement. So we are going to do some couple of measurements starting next week to really dissect relationships in data. So on that note, I want you to combine this video and the previous video for you to have a full understanding of that technique we started with called the bivariate frequency. And I'm sure you will be very clear in your mind about how data has been processed. And on that note, I want to thank you for your participation in class. I wish you the best this weekend and have a good week as well. Until we meet, God willing, next week.
We are most grateful.
Thank you, sir.
Group 3, we are meeting. Group 3.
Yes, boss. Yes, boss.
Tonyo, go the group inside and go talk. Tonyo.
Who they mention my surname like that?
Hey, Barry.